Hey, what's up guys? This is Hasnen and you're watching Trending Codes. So I hope you guys are doing absolutely fine. And in today's video, we are going to talk about the container, and we will learn how to create beautiful designs, custom designs using containers. Okay, now as you can see on my screen, I have used a container, and using that container I have created my own app bar. It's a custom app bar. It is not the app bar which is provided by the Flutter. Okay, so we can easily create this kind of beautiful UIs, and if you are a web developer, okay, and in that case you want to learn how to design custom UIs using the CSS stuff into the Flutter, then in today's video we will see how to use CSS knowledge into the Flutter. Okay, now it's going to be same, all the attributes what we are using for CSS, for the background image and then the linear gradients, then the colors, height, width, everything is going to be same. But here there is certain difference in the syntax and the way they accept the values. Okay, so I'll just tell you how it works and how we can create beautiful UIs using the containers. So let's get started. Okay, so here I have my empty screen, empty created project. There is nothing, just we have a scaffold, and inside that we have a container. Now, what is container first of all? Now, if you take a look on the documentation at the Flutter, flutter.io, they'll say that it's a kind of widget where we can combine and common paintings over there. We can paint our own things, we can design our own things. But if you are a web developer, okay, so what if you want to create a div? So container is a kind of div tag if we talk in the sense of web development. Okay, so I'm just telling you that it's a kind of division. I'm not telling you that it's an exact division and it works like an exact division, but I'm just telling you, if you are a web developer, then it is easy to understand how container works. Okay, so the container over here in the Flutter is a kind of class where we can make our custom designs, and we can make that container to look well and design as per our need. Okay, so we have many pre-built widgets into the Flutter, but we don't want that, and we want our own custom designs to build an app. Okay, so with the help of container, most probably we can do many more things. Okay, so the very first thing what we can do is the container have this many things which it accepts into the constructor of its class. Okay, the very first thing is the alignment, children, colors, constraints, and many more things. So the very first thing what we are going to see is we are going to create a height. Okay, now the height is going to be in the double. Okay, so for example, if I go ahead and give the height to 200.0, and I'm going to go ahead and hit the save button, I'm not going to get anything on the screen because the container is created with a height of 200.0, but we have not given any styles, so it is of white color, and we cannot see that white color on the scaffold because scaffold also has a white color. Now what we will do is we are going to go ahead and give the color to our container with some colors, for example black 57. So if I go ahead and save now, you can see my container is created and the height is 200. Now what we'll do is we are directly going to make the app bar, custom app bar. So we cannot take the height hard coded like 200 or 150. Okay, instead of that, we will respect all the devices over here. If my application is going to be get open or get used on different devices, then the app bar should be in the perspective of that particular device. It should not be hard coded every time. If my device is small and my app bar is of 150.0, then obviously the device is going to have a bigger and like a bigger heighted app bar, and we don't need that. So what we will do over here is we will create one variable called div height. Okay, and this height is going to accept the media query. So media query is nothing but we are going to take the height of the particular device. If my mobile is going to have a height of for example 600, then I'm going to get a height of 600 over here. If my mobile is going to have a height of 500, then I'm going to get a height of 500 over here. So the height is 500 right now. So if I directly go ahead and apply this height, so it is going to cover my whole division right away, I mean the whole area right away. But I don't need that, and I want to divide it by 2, and I'm going to make it half. So this is my half height of the whole device, and I'm going to multiply it by 0.3 so that I'm going to get bit smaller height, so that we can apply and we can create a beautiful division or a beautiful container and beautiful app bar. Okay, so here we go. I hope you understand how the height works. I mean why I have taken the media query. Okay, now the very next thing comes over here is for example I want to give the background image to my container. Okay, now the container has a property called decoration. In that decoration we are going to use the box decoration class, and the box decoration class is going to have many properties like borders, border radius, box shadow, colors, gradient, image. Okay, one by one we are going to see that, okay, in this video. So the very first thing is we are going to apply the image, and the image is going to have the new image decoration or decorated image. We're going to use this class, and inside this class we are going to use the image. Now we are going to use the asset image, so we will use asset, and over here I have the image which is inside the res img folder, and I hope you know how to use this image. First you should go ahead inside the pubspec.yaml file. Inside the assets you should provide the path of your image, and then after doing that you can use your image anywhere into the Flutter app. Okay, so I'll just give res image/bg.jpg. If I go ahead and create a save, then it is going to give me an error, and let's see what it says. The color is equals to null. Okay, and the failed assertion line 259, and the direction is equal to cannot provide both color and the decoration. Okay, so here is a problem. If we are using color, then we cannot provide the decorations to the container, because what we are doing over here is we are decorating the image, I mean we are decorating the container, and we are also telling to set a color, and that is not possible to do that. If you want your division or your container to be get colored, then you can apply the color property which is given by the box decoration, just like that. So it is going to be have colors dot black 54. So this is what we had before, right? Now as you can see, the color is behind and the image is in front of the color. So this is how Flutter works. the image will be on the top of the color. Okay, so you cannot just directly apply the background image, and on that you cannot apply the color. So color is going to be behind the image. Okay, now I want to fit this image so that it take the whole area, it covers the whole area. So I'll use the fit property which is given by the decoration image, and I'll just say that you should cover the whole area of my container, and it is going to be something like this. Okay, so I hope you guys understood how the decoration works. If you are using box decoration, then you cannot use the color property of container, because the box decorations has higher priority to be given when we are decorating the box. Okay, now this is how this particular thing works. Now what we are going to do is we are going to take a look on the linear gradient property and how you can create that beautiful UI. Before we go and take a look on the linear gradient property, I just want to tell you about the border radius, because as I shown you in the screen, I have just made that borders which is on the top, which is on the bottom left and the bottom right has been curved. So how to do that, I'll just show you. So we have a border radius property which is given by the box decoration class, and in that we can apply the border circular directly, and we can just tell them to use, or we can pass the value how much we need a circular border. But the problem over here is if I apply more, it is going to take from all the sides and it is going to give a pill curve, and we don't need that. We just need to apply that on the left bottom and the right the left bottom and the left bottom and the right bottom, right? So to do that, what we can do is we have something called only, the border circular only, or the border radius only, not the circular, I'm sorry, it is border radius only. So we will just go ahead and take a look over here and give dot, and we can apply it using only, and we'll just tell that we need only on the bottom left side, and what we need on the bottom left side is the radius circular. So we will just give the 5.0 so that we can get a small curve on the left hand side. It is so small, we'll go with 10, I guess, yes. And the left bottom is done, but we need to do same thing with the bottom right. So we'll just apply the same thing using a radius dot circular, and we'll give over here as 10.0. So we got a beautiful curve over here. Okay, now the missing thing is over here is the box shadow. We can apply the box shadow using the box decoration. We got a box shadow property given by the box decoration. So we will just go ahead and it takes it accepts as an array. So the first thing is going to be the new box shadow. Okay, and the box shadow is going to accept the color and the blur radius. So here we go, and the very first thing what we're going to pass is the color. What color we need over here? We need a color, colors dot black, okay, and we are going to give the blur radius. So the blur radius is going to be somewhat like 10.0. okay, so it will be having a beautiful elevation underneath our AppBar. So as you can see on the screen, we have some beautiful elevation underneath the container. Okay, now the thing over here we have done is the image has been applied, the box shadow is given, the border radius is also given. Now the thing remaining over here is the linear and the icons, the linear gradient color and the icons. Now I'll just tell you how to apply the linear gradient directly onto the container. So container gives a property called gradient, and it accepts a new linear gradient class. Okay, so if we'll just go ahead and give a gradient over here, and it will accept a class called linear gradient. Okay, and the linear gradient is going to accept the color and the beginning and the end position from where our particular gradient should start the painting. So the beginning is going to be the alignment, so we're going to give the alignment top tops left, or the top, yeah, from the top left. It should start from the top left and it should end on the bottom right. Okay, so the alignment is going to be somewhat like bottom. All right, so it will start from if you'll take a look on my cursor, it will start from here, from the top left, and it will end over here. The painting will end over here. Now it needs the color property because that is what it is going to paint. Okay, so the colors is going to be array, and the colors are going to be colors dot blue. Okay, and the another one is colors dot light blue accent. Okay, so if I go ahead and save that, I'm going to get a linear gradient. Okay, so as I told you, the image is going to get a highest priority in the sense of the gradient and the colors what we are using for the box decoration. So if you are going to use the image, then it is going to be on the top of the colors and the gradient. So we are not going to able to see the gradient which we have applied. Okay, so what we are going to do is we are going to remove the image. Okay, and we are going to save it. So what we'll do is first we are going to take a gradient and then the box shadow. Okay, but over here we have the color. We should remove that color, and that is what making a problem over here. So I'll just go ahead and save it, and here we go. We have a beautiful box shadow and a beautiful linear gradient. So the problem is with the color. Okay, we cannot apply the color if we are applying the gradient property, because both are accepting the colors, and it is going to create a mess in the widget tree. Okay, so for now I guess we have achieved things, and the thing remaining are the icons which we are going to use. So this was all about the box decoration. Okay, now the container is going to accept a child. Okay, and the child is going to be a row. Okay, we are going to give a row because the row we are going to make that icons in a horizontal way. Okay, so the best way to align our icons is to use row, and it accepts the children's. And if I go ahead and use the icons over here, icon, and inside the icon I'm going to use icons dot list. So I'm going to get a list icon which is going to be centered horizontally, and horizontally it is going to be vertically it is going to be center, because we are using the row, and the main axis alignment will be the start for that upper row. Okay, now if I go ahead and just give that one more time, it is going to have the exactly beside of that. Okay, now the next icon which I'm using, okay, should be on the right hand side. Okay, so to do that, what we are going to do is we are going to use the wrap this icon with a new widget called expanded, so that it will be expanded, and it's going to take all the width which is needed. Okay, and now what I'm going to do is I'm going to wrap this in a row, so that I can align this particular icon to the left hand side. Okay, so I'm going to align this, or I'm going to wrap it with a row, and inside the row I'm going to tell that this row should start, the main axis alignment should start with the beginning. Okay, so it is going to be main axis alignment should start it should start from the beginning. Okay, so if I tell and if I save this, we are going to get this beautiful icons in between of the AppBar. Okay, now what I'm going to do is I'm going to give padding. Okay, and the padding is going to be somewhat about from left side. Okay, and I'm going to remove this, and I'm going to say only, and I'm going to say from left side, and it is going to be a 28 from left side so that we can get a nice padding. Okay, we got it. Now it's all about the new children or the new icon which I'm going to use right over here. Okay, if I go ahead and save it, now we got a new icon over here. Okay, so we are going to use the different icons over here. The first icon is going to be our I guess what we have used in that is I guess the user account balance wallet. Okay, and then we have used another thing was I guess user account circle or something, account circle, I guess, yeah, account circle. Okay, and the last thing what I used is new. Okay, I'm not going to type it, and I'm going to say that, paste it, and I'm going to take it over here as what I have taken, I don't really remember, a shopping bag or something, shopping cart, yeah. Okay, so we have our icons, but the thing is which is missing is a padding for all the icons. Okay, so what we can do is we are going to wrap the icons with a padding of 8 from all the sides. Okay, and even wrap this with 8 from all the sides, and the last one is going to have a padding from left because it is on much on the corner, so we can go ahead and give them as a left, and we are going to use the same 28. Okay, and it left should be inside, I'm sorry, it should be only over here, and the left. Okay, so just save it, and here we go. Okay, it should be from the right, I'm sorry. Okay, that's great. Now we have a beautiful beautifully created I guess AppBar, which is totally custom. We have not used any material designs over here. We have created it by our own. Okay, now I hope you understood how the container works and how the decorations are working. You can design whatever you want using container. Okay, and if you like this video, then please don't forget to hit that like button, and if you are new over here, please subscribe to my channel so that you can learn something new, and don't forget to press that bell icon so that you will not miss my new video update right away into your phone. Okay, so I'll see you in my next one. Bye bye, take care.